I'm in the Ueno neighborhood of Tokyo, and the reason I've come here is this. This is the site of the first Japanese cafe, which opened in 1888. It's long gone, but this commemorative memorial stands here to this day. The Japanese word for a cafe is kissaten, which literally means a place to drink tea, but overwhelmingly the drink of choice is coffee. In fact, Japan imports 450,000 tons of coffee every year from about 40 different countries around the world. It's also the fourth largest consumer of coffee after America, Brazil and Germany. If you can believe it, Japan drinks more coffee than either France or Italy. Let's take a look at what Japanese cafes are like.
Many Japanese homes are so small, they have been compared to rabbit hutches. And so, what the Japanese want in a cafe is a place with plenty of space where they can take things easy. Japan currently has 80,000 cafes, and they provide various ways to relax and enjoy yourself more easily than you might be able to at home. Let's visit this venerable cafe established in 1911. A cafe is a place that serves beverages like coffee, of course. But people come for all sorts of reasons. Many Japanese cafes offer a morning set. Basically, it's an affordable breakfast served only in the morning. You typically get coffee and toast, along with salad or some other light food, all at a bargain price. Perfect for people who are too busy in the morning to eat at home. At home, I just eat and run. The cafe is where I can sip coffee, read the newspaper, and just relax. I need that time to myself. To help customers make the most of their precious time in the morning, many cafes offer newspapers and magazines. Whether you want the business news or the sports pages, you can read free of charge. Here's a customer studying French. She says cafes are her study venue of choice. At a cafe, I can concentrate. I don't have to worry about someone ringing the doorbell. I can use my time here exactly how I want. These customers are using this cafe as a makeshift office. If we have time before an appointment, we go into a cafe and have a quick preliminary meeting. We do that kind of thing all the time. Enjoying time in a cafe however you like with a cup in hand. In Japan, it's accepted that customers might linger for a while. To make their stay not only enjoyable but productive, cafes like this have appeared. This one provides power outlets near the tables for the laptop computer that people these days tend to carry around with them. There's also wireless internet. This cafe is almost like an office. This is a manga cafe. The shelves contain tens of thousands of comic books. Customers can select and read as they like while sipping their beverage of choice. With the limited space of a typical Japanese home, manga fans find it difficult to store a large collection of their own. These manga cafes are a kind of private library, a reading room with all your favorites. This is a manga cafe taken to the next level. You can do more than read manga. You can draw your own. Fully equipped desks with professional-grade tools, computers outfitted with manga creation software. Here, anyone can use a setup fit for a pro. Welcome home, master. This is a maid cafe. Here, waitresses in maid outfits treat customers like lords of the manor, creating a fantasy of wealth and privilege. At maid cafes, the waitresses perform various routines to delight and entertain customers. And customers can join in too. It's great because of all the pretty girls. It's a real getaway from the everyday routine. That makes it a lot of fun. Maid cafes were invented in Akihabara, a district of Tokyo known as the home of otaku culture, but they have since spread across Japan. At this cafe, customers are welcomed by cats. These cat cafes offer the chance to play with and spend time with cats. It's a kind of second home for cat lovers who can't have a cat of their own for whatever reason. It's not as smelly as I thought. They keep it clean, so it's fun to play with the cats here. These examples show that cafes can take the place of all sorts of things you'd usually do at home, and they're always offering something new. Coffee was first imported into Japan in 1877. Cafes began to spring up not long after that. At the time, drinking coffee in a cafe was expensive, and cafes served as salons for Japan's intellectuals. At the start of the 20th century, it became easier for ordinary people to go to cafes. But the Second World War stopped coffee imports, and most cafes closed down. It was in the post-war period that cafes became a fixture of the Japanese lifestyle. They filled a need for a devastated nation that had long been short of fun things to do. Since then, cafes have evolved along with changes in society. In 1953, TV broadcasting began in Japan, and soon after that, TV cafes appeared. Television sets were expensive in those early years. Few people could afford their own, so when a program they wanted to watch was on, they went to a TV cafe. Also in the 1950s, there was a huge fad for classical music cafes. At the time, most records were imported and hard to come by. Classical music cafes attracted artists and young people. These cafes were part of the enthusiastic embrace of Western culture that marked the post-war. In the late 1970s, a video game boom swept Japan, and cafes installed coin-operated games. These video game cafes were so popular that they caused a shortage of 100 yen coins. The Ministry of Finance had to put more into circulation. The 1980s was a golden age for coffee houses in Japan. Self-service places appeared where coffee was half the usual price. Chains of coffee houses spread quickly, and the total number of businesses rose to 155,000. In the 1990s, Japan's economic bubble burst. The number of cafes now is half what it once was. But the rise of manga cafes and maid cafes goes to show that new types of coffee houses keep springing up to meet the needs of changing times.